Big red faces, big noses, big mouths with big white teeth and hairy bodies, the creatures of the street processions are one of highlights of Lao New Year in Luang Prabang, legendary ancestors who let the sun shine down, known as Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer. Foreign visitors might wonder what the creatures represent and why they are so important. Details in the following story. These hairy creatures are called Pou Nyer, Nyar Nyer and represents the legendary ancestors of the Lao people. During the Lao New Year, Pou Nyer, Nyar Nyer and their lion's cub Singkeo-Singkham are at the center of the ceremonies. Pou and Nyar in Lao language means grandpa and grandma. So Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer are the legendary ancestors of Lao people. Based on the legend, at the beginning of time, a huge vine obscured the earth, so people could not grow rice and vegetables, and men and animals are facing certain death. The king asked his officials to try and find someone to cut the vines down, but no one was able to manage it. Then one day, an old couple named Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer came to the king to volunteer to cut the vine. Knowing they would inevitably be crushed to death by the falling vine, the old couples requested that following generations remember them. The old couple went to the pond where the huge vine was growing and worked day and night for 3 months and 3 days till finally the huge vines fell down, crushing the couple to death. The king and all the Lao people were sad and organized a big funeral for the couple based on tradition. The king proclaimed that whatever Lao people do, they should call to the ancestors named Pou Nyer, Nyar Nyer, who devoted their lives for us. This is the reason why in Luang Prabang, before people do anything, they would invite the ancestor to join by saying, "My year, come year, eat year." Besides Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer, there are also Singkeo-Singkham, who are the animals of the legend, who are also powerful and strong. Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer took them from Hinmapan forest and adopted them as children. The masks of Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer, which are kept in chests in sanctuary of the great divinities, locally known as Hall Tevada Luang at Wat Aham near Wat Visun, are invited out of their boxes to join the Pimai celebrations. Each mask is worn by a young man, while that of Singkeo-Singkham, the lion cub, needs 2 men. The ancestors and their lion cub perform several duties during the Pimai celebrations. They must go and fetch water at a spring on the bank of the Namkhan River. That water, brought in procession in small earthen jars, will be poured by Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer over the Prabang, the sacred Buddha image, on the second day of the festival. The ancestors' masks participate in 2 separate processions. When the first procession, starting from Wat That Noi, arrives at Wat Sieng Thong, the masks will dance there for the prosperity of the nation. And when the second procession, starting from Wat Sieng Thong, arrives at Wat That Noi, the ancestors will dance again for the prosperity of the Lao people. On the second day of the festival, the Prabang Buddha image is taken in a solemn procession from the Prabang house to Wat Mai Suvarnabhumi Aram. When the statue is installed at Wat Mai, Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer, the legendary ancestors of the Lao people, poured sacred water on it, followed by dignitaries and other people. Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer take the water from the Namkhan, where it is believed one of the 15 Nagas called Kamla resided, the Nagas being the protectors of Luang Prabang. That means Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer are also the representatives of the Nagas to pour the water on the Prabang. This shows the respectfulness of Luang Prabang people to the Nagas and also the river. Lao people also believe that Pou Nyer and Nyar Nyer are the representatives of ancestor ghosts who are meritorious for Lao people and also the protector god of Lao people. as well as the protector of Prabang Buddha image and Buddhism. The Lao New Year is a special occasion when family and friends gather together to strengthen their relationships and have fun. Temples throughout Laos will perform Buddha rites, bringing out Buddha images to be washed by the faithful so that they can purify themselves in so doing.